So in conclave trivia, what day do I expect the next Pope to be elected? Well, if we look at just the history of conclaves, which don't tend to happen that often, except for 1 year where we had two of them, they usually last, on average, 3 days. And a Pope is usually elected, on average, after 7 ballots. We go back to if we look at the previous conclaves, Pope Francis was elected after 5 ballots, Benedict XVI 4, John Paul II 8 over 3 days, John Paul I after the 4th ballot over 2 days, Paul VI on 6 ballots over 3 days, etc., etc. So I think this conclave is going to last 3 days. I think the Pope is going to be elected on Friday, the 9th of May. I think it's going to take a little bit longer than the previous conclave, simply because these cardinals haven't met. There is so many of them, 133. The 2/3 majority is a lot larger than previously. And so there's going to be a lot of discussion back and forth. And I don't think it's just going to happen now. It could be that on the 8th of May, after the 4th or 5th ballot, that like the previous two conclaves, we do have a Pope. But I think it's going to go on a little bit more. And if we don't have a Pope by Friday evening, it'll be Sunday before the next possibility happens, because on Saturday they will have to have a day of prayer, no ballots, and then 2 days of balloting, and then another day of prayer with no ballots. So there won't be a Pope elected on the 13th of May, because on that day, that if they hadn't decided on a Pope, they would have to have a day of prayer on that day. So it will be interesting to see what happens. This is a very interesting conclave. 133 cardinals, largest conclave ever in the history of the Catholic Church, with a very diverse number of cardinals, a lot of them who don't know each other. And there's been very, very strong opinions expressed by cardinals now coming up to this conclave. We've had, a lot of them giving interviews. We have Muller giving an interview, I see on EWTN, and different cardinals around the world in their different languages giving interviews. So, it seems they're focusing on a cardinal with leadership experience and who has worked in the Curia, but it also has pastoral diocesan experience. It will not be Cardinal Parolin. Cardinal Parolin will not be Pope, based on the criteria that they seem to be discussing, because he has no pastoral experience. But, and generally secretaries of state don't become popes. The last one was Pius XII, but that was during very exceptional time in the church, given the war, given the state of the church at that moment in 1939. So generally speaking, cardinals who are secretary of state or camerlengoers don't become pope, but anybody can be elected. So we'll see what happens. But if the day you need to watch, if you want to be in Rome for the evening of the 8th or all day the 9th. Those, that's the time to be there. You don't need to be there for Wednesday, because they only have one ballot, and I've never seen. It'll be a long time before a Pope is elected after one ballot. There isn't the stellar front runner at the moment there. I think it's going to be 8 ballots. I think it's 7 or 8 ballots when the Pope is going to be elected. That's what I think. And if that doesn't happen, it's going to create nervousness. It's going to show that there's still division, and that's not good for the church. So we'll see what happens. So pray for the church, and God bless you. Take care. Bye-bye.